Good morning, this is Peter Meyerson, broadcasting for Radio Entrepreneurs at the Center for Innovation and Entrepreneurship at UMass in, I guess it's Fall River. I keep saying Dartmouth, but it's close enough. And for those in the audience who haven't been here, they should come down. It's quite a special place. And right now we have two guests. Jacob Valancourt and Steph Sheehan, who are the founders of WasteHub, who are going to be talking about what they do. So, good morning, guys.
Thanks for having us. Thank you.
Thank you.
It's great to have you. So, one or the other of you, tell me, what WasteHub's about.
Sure. So I'll start by creating a framework for the audience. WasteHub was created because our true founder and CEO, Calvin Woolard, has a ton of industrial energy efficiency experience. He would go into factories and industrial processes, understand how much energy is going into that process, and help them do the same thing, but use significantly less energy. And he did that for at least 20 years before he fully had the idea of WasteHub. And what he saw as he was going in all of these places was a tremendous volume of physical materials that are being thrown away or incinerated, disposed of somehow in very conventional means. And the volumes are like 5 18-wheelers full of stuff every 12 hours. I mean, the volumes are just
So
unimaginable.
lots of stuff
Tons
that
and
doesn't
tons of
need to
material.
be disposed
Exactly.
of,
Yes.
or needs to be disposed of carefully.
Sure. Yes, most of it is non-hazardous, but it's homogeneous in many cases, and it's continuous, right? They're running 365 days a year, and they don't stop. Maybe they have a shutdown for a few hours or something, they fix something, get back up. So this stuff is always coming out.
So these
And
are large manufacturing facilities.
very large manufacturing
In any
facilities. particular
particular
across all
space.
all space. Yeah.
All-
We
Also-
focus on manufacturing industry though,
Okay.
so not, right now we're focusing on that customer segment, not trying to go into places where we're too unfamiliar.
Okay.
Sure. And so there's the framework, right? There's all this material, and what was missing was a bit of science and engineering being applied to that. And so he created this business with me, and then staff joined us shortly after, and then Steve, our chief technology officer, about a year and a half after that. And what we do is we enter into a gain sharing agreement. So these companies are paying to dispose of the material, and what we do is we establish a baseline, so say it's $10 million a year, then we analyze the material, right? We get a period of time to work on this exclusively. No one else can do it except for us. It's usually 6 months, a year, sometimes it's a year and a half, depends on the complexity of the material. But we understand what it is, and we figure out what it can become. And then, once we figure out what it can become, we look at what will create the greatest beneficial or environmental benefit and monetary benefit for all the stakeholders. That includes us, the manufacturers, and the potential customers. So in terms of, we have options. We could go to energy, waste energy. That's at the bottom of the totem pole. We want to avoid that. We could create a raw material input for something else or their process, or we can turn it into something that can be sold as a product. And that is at the very top.
That's the top of it.
It's absolutely the hardest to do, takes the longest time, but it achieves the greatest benefit. And usually we're creating something that lasts for years and years. Not a plastic fork or something that you use once and throw away. We're talking about taking something that was going to go in the landfill, and now we're going to keep it out of that landfill for a long time. And we usually try to create products that are recyclable. So at the end of their useful life, they can be recycled again and again and again. That's what we're doing, is we're trying to create the circular economy. So that instead of going from a mine to your home to eventually a landfill, it's just a circle and never goes into that landfill.